Alrighty, boys. Welcome back to the Cutn Sports Podcast. This is episode 6. This episode is presented to you by Boston Sports Entertainment Network and brought to you by Pins and Aces. Whether you're looking for golf bags, head covers, and apparel, they have all your high-quality golfing needs to look fresh on the greens. Head over to www.pinsandaces.com and use code word WOOD at checkout to receive 21% off. We have a special guest tonight, Hunter Dobbins, Red Sox starting pitcher. Thank you very much for taking the time to come on and talk to us.
Oh, absolutely. Happy to be here and talk with the guys.
Awesome. Something that all four of us have in common with you is we were actually at your debut game, and it was interesting because me, Jake, and Sam were going to the game ended up getting delayed, which ended up making it so that you got called up that night. So walk us through what it was like to get called up the same day as you were starting as well.
It was honestly how it happened was pretty weird. So started the year in AAA. I didn't pitch in the first 3 games in Worcester. They got snowed out. So they're like, hey, you're going to probably start the Tuesday game down in Jacksonville. I was like, sounds good. Bayo ended up making that start. So they're like, hey, he's only got like 1 or 2 innings. You're going to come in after him, try to treat it like a start. I was like, sounds good. Proceed to give up a grand slam to the first hitter I face out of the bullpen. And then gave up 2 more home runs. I think I gave up 5 earned on mine and gave up 3 of Bayo's runs. So not the start to the season that I wanted at all.
I bet.
So the coaches down there said, hey, shake it off. First one of the year. You came out of the bullpen. It's a weird deal. You're going to start Sunday. I was like, all right, sounds good. I can settle in. Well, Saturday rolls around. And we're about to head out for national anthem down in Jacksonville. And as I'm walking, I'm like one of the last guys out of the locker room. Tracy pulls me into the coach's office, which was like right next to the door, and says, hey, wish I could give you this big thing. Wish I could do it in front of the team. But we got to get you on a plane to Boston like now. And so he gave me a hug and everything. And it was a Chinese fire drill. I threw everything in my bag, had to book it back to the hotel, grab my suitcase because my flight was in an hour. Fly up to Boston. I land at like 11 o'clock or something like that, get to the hotel, sleep, wake up, walk in, say hi to everybody, which, I mean, I was in big league camp, so I already knew everybody, thankfully. So that kind of took some of it out. But the weird part was I walked in, and I was told before I even left, they're like, hey, we don't even know if you're throwing. You're going to be the 27th man. You're going to be there just in case they need an arm. We don't know what the plan is. We were told we got to get you there. So I show up, and, the first thing they tell me is like, hey, we're not really sure what the plan is yet. We'll let you know here in a little bit. So I settle in to like this temporary locker we got and everything, and seeing the guys, and then I think it was about an hour before the first pitch of the first game, Cora walked up to me and just kind of patted me on the leg like, hey, you're going to start game 2. And I was like, whoa, okay. That wasn't really expecting that. I was like, I knew it was a possibility, but it was like kind of like, whoa, all right, here we go. And then I think it was one of the clubbies, I can't remember who it was, but somebody walked in and says, hey, no pressure, it's Sunday Night Baseball as well on ESPN. I was like, oh, thanks. And so it was kind of a roller coaster of emotions. It was like really happy, and then all of a sudden it was like oh crap, I got to get rolling routine wise. So, but I made sure I went out to the dugout for game 1 and really took Fenway in. Felt the emotions, felt the stadium. That way, I knew if I got it out of the way, then it wouldn't be as bad when I took the mound. And I was right. It helped calm the nerves. I will say it still got me a little bit whenever I stepped on the mound for the first time, look up, you see the press box and all that, and you're kind of like, you take it in and you're like, wow, like, all right, I'm here.
That's something I can't even imagine that. That's awesome.
That 24 hours was just a blur, but it was
That's
fun.
insane. That's crazy. That's even crazier than I thought it was going to be.
And that was also the last outing that I ever thought I was going to have before I got called up. I mean, I felt like I was throwing BP to those guys down in Jacksonville. And then they're like, oh, hey, yeah, go face the Cardinals. I was like, oh, thank you. Okay.
Kind of shoved, too. You did really well. I honestly thought you did really well.
I know that the first innings is kind of like a settle in, sped up a little bit. And that's Narvaez saw it right away. I mean, Narvi got on the same page as Ramon, our bench coach, and was like, "Hey, we got a timing pick here. We can get a quick out, help him settle in," and we executed it, got the out. And it was kind of like as soon as that happened, I was able to take that deep breath and just kind of rolled from there.
That's awesome. Yep. One of my next questions for you is, I know the ACL injury, that was a huge loss for the team at the time, and it must have hurt you a lot to have in your rookie season have that ACL injury. But what has been your daily routine to try and strengthen yourself back up to be ready for spring training?
So going to PT 5 times a week. I mean, I wake up and I go every single day, roll straight from there over to the weight room. It's a lot of upper body right now with some lighter, high rep, lower body stuff, but then got a recovery place I go to here in town, got the compression, the cryotherapy, all that stuff, sauna. And then from there, come back to the house and spend some time with the wife for some mental recovery. But, it's from about 10 a.m. to about 3:30, 4 o'clock almost every day, just that same cycle of making sure that I'm doing everything in my, that I possibly can in my control where I'll be ready to go. And I think I started playing catch fully here in about 3 weeks. So we're not far.
Awesome. That's great. Yeah, that is great. That's good to hear. So you spent a lot of time in Portland, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
For the Sea Dogs. Coming up through the Red Sox system, was there a specific team or coach on a specific team that you felt helped you develop more to get to the big league level?
Man, honestly, I was blessed with a lot of great coaches coming up. I mean, Luke Moss, when I was in Salem my first year, him, Greeny, our pitching coach there in Salem as well. In Double-A, I mean, oh man, it's hard to pinpoint one. I would probably say Sean Isaac in Double-A. He helped me a lot, just kind of how to be a professional, how to go about the day-to-day. Because, I mean, I only had my time in Salem. I wasn't really worried about how I was pitching. It was just trying to remember how to pitch after TJ. And thanks to COVID, I hadn't faced hitters in, a year and a half, 2 years. So Salem was more of just trying to figure out how to play the game again. And then I only had 5 weeks in high A, and then I went up to Double-A, and I was with Sean that whole time. So I would say he had probably the biggest hand on my development.
That's awesome. We're all from Maine. Did you like Portland, Maine itself as a city?
I did. I got tired of it, I'll say.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
And it has nothing to do with the city. It was more of a, in minor league baseball, you're in a city, and it's like, unless you're in Boston or those, you get tired of them because you just want to get to the next level.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I never got tired of Luke's Lobster. Love that place. High Roller as well. Great.
High Roller is really good.
Yep. And so I still, like, even when I come back to Texas, it's like we'll go to like Hibachi and get like lobster and all that, and it almost just feels fake because it's not Maine lobster.
Absolutely. Yeah, when me and my wife went on a cruise to Alaska, and lobster was an option, and I was like, I'm all set. It's like I get this all the time at home, and it's like 5 times better. Probably more than that.
Yeah. And I tell people, because like we'll go out to eat and they'll be like, oh, like this lobster's really good. I was like, you haven't had nothing. I was like,
yep.
I was like, listen, I'm a Texas guy through and through, but when it comes to seafood, there's nothing like the Northeast.
Shout out Maine lobster, man.
Once you've had it, you can't go back.
Yeah, no, it's like you eat the pinnacle for 3 months straight, and you get used to that. It's tough.
Yeah. Jacob.
Sure.
What you got?
So I know a lot of guys. I know a lot of guys kind of had a big leadership role with the Sox, but was there anyone that kind of took you in as their rook, if that makes sense?
Not really. And I think part of that is, Crochet and I are almost the same age. I am a little bit older than the other rookies that came up. But I also think one of the main reasons was I bounced, I was starting, then I came out of the bullpen, then I was back to starting. And so it's like, I was around all of the guys, but it was like, I didn't really settle in to a full routine either way. There was a mix of guys that helped me. Crochet, Giolito, Bueller, all of those guys would talk pitching with me and kind of help me along the way. But I'd say like leadership wise, Story and Bregman. I mean, I remember right before I started against the Giants, granted I had some forearm issues and went on the IL after that and didn't have a very good start. But like he wasn't even with the team on that trip. And, I just sent him a text, hey, like, Devers, like, how should I attack him? How should I pitch him? And next thing I know, I'm getting a list of almost all of their hitters of what I need to do, how I need to attack them with my stuff. So like, I know that he went and looked at my arsenal and was like breaking it down. And so it's like,
that's awesome.
When you got a guy like that, that's not only hitters, like he wants to help every young guy on the team. That's just, you can't put a number on how valuable that is.
For sure. I know you mentioned Narv earlier. He was kind of a guy that not a lot of people, certainly I didn't kind of expect to be such a pivotal piece of the team this year. How was it like? He feels like, to me, he's already like a seasoned vet, and he was a rookie. Did he kind of give off that vibe just in the locker room and playing with him too?
Yeah. So Narvi and I were both part of that rookie development program last winter, during winter weekend and all that. And just talking to him then, throwing bullpens to him then, I was like, all right, this guy gets it. Like, me and him are on the same page already, and he's caught one bullpen of mine. And then just the way that he controls the game, controls the pitchers, like he can just kind of keep everything in check, even when it feels like everything's falling apart. I hope that dude's my catcher for a long time, because he calls a pitch, and even if I'm 100% sold on I want to throw something else, he calls it. I'm like, you know what? I like that even better. I'm throwing that pitch.
I love Narvaez so much. That is my guy.
He's also like, he doesn't take a pitch off. So it's like, as a pitcher, you're like, you know what? I know I can bury this curveball, and he's gonna block it. It might skip away every now and then, and normally when it does, it's my fault because I yank it or something. But yeah, it's just the dude gives everything he's got every single pitch.
100%.
A little bit out of left field, but I'm a big jersey and logo guy myself, sports specifically, and I know Texas Tech just changed back to the old. It used to be their logo without the bevel.
Yeah, so they went back to the old logo, but added like modern twist. So they changed up the outlining of it and some stuff like that.
At first, I hated it just because I'm not a Texas Tech fan. All I know Texas Tech is playing college football 2013, seeing that beveled logo, and it's just like ingrained in my brain. After having time with it, seeing it, I can see how fans or alumni just love it, because modern classic is kind of the perfect sweet spot for logos and uniforms, in my opinion. And it seems like they kind of knocked it out of the park, at least according to Texas Tech fans. And
yeah, we have a throwback. Y'all have to look this up. The Texas Tech baseball throwbacks. It's a cream with a script Texas Tech across the chest with that red, or with the white logo and a red hat. And it was my favorite.
This is baseball specific?
Throwback? Yeah, this one is a baseball specific. I know our basketball team has a version of it as well. But it's like if we can get something like that jersey concept as the permanent rotation, we'll have some of the best uniforms in the game.
When it comes to baseball, it's incredibly difficult to beat cream and baby blue. Those two, just put them with any colors and it just pops. It looks tremendous.
I just looked it up. This is pretty fire. It's so clean.
Yeah. Part of me, I brought this up to one of the coaches because I train at Texas Tech still. Like that's where I do all my off-season training. Nice. And I told him, I was like, we need red vest with the all white logo, like the old Cincinnati sleeveless ones. I was like, you pull those out.
Oh, hell yeah.
I was like, that'd be fire.
MLB is getting a lot more fun with the uniforms. The City Connects specifically, kind of the old 90s, like they had the jerseys that were kind of like future jerseys, like the Mars Mets, I think it was, and Seattle had some wacky ones. I feel like we're getting back to a spot where they're having fun again. And I saw on your Instagram posting a lot of the yellow socks with the new green jerseys. I loved the yellow socks, but with the new Fenway green ones, I kind of don't need the yellow socks anymore. I want the blue jerseys back. I have zero experience with the blues, so I'm not sure. I mean, I came up now. All the pictures with the yellow is it's not on purpose. It just seemed like every single time we wore yellows this year, I was on the mound. And so like 90% of the pictures I have from this year, I'm in the yellow. And so I think it was like my debut. I got the whites. And then I got the grays a couple times on the road. And it feels like every single time I was at home, I was in yellow or green. Do you have a favorite?
I like the greens a lot. But I'm on the other side of you. I love the yellows. I don't know.
It helps that they were crazy good in them the last couple of years, and there was a real uproar on Twitter. Let's just change to the yellow socks.
Yeah, I don't understand why we have a limit on jerseys. It makes no sense. If we want to rock navy blue one week, we should be able to pull them out. As long as we're not wearing the same exact color as the team we're playing, it shouldn't matter, in my opinion. But
it's not like Russell brand is making the uniforms and they have one small fact, like it's Nike. I think they can push out another jersey for you guys to wear.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, now we don't need to be like Oregon football and break out a new jersey every game we play, but
Oregon's their jerseys are pretty fire. I'm sorry.
I'm saying they look good, but I'm just saying breaking that out for baseball might be a little much.
I had like a little phone a friend for my wife. I was like, what from athletes, what's kind of an athlete you don't know, maybe what's something you would want to know about? And she said the pregame ritual. Do you have anything specific, like superstitions or something that you like to do before every start?
Yes, I do. I am probably the 1% of professional athletes that sound like I shouldn't be a professional athlete. I'm very John Daly-esque. I eat Chick-fil-A and a Dr. Pepper for lunch. I'll crush an energy drink, and then I think a couple of times this year I had the guys at the field make me a pregame burger and sweet potato fries. Ooh. And so the only thing that I made sure I did every day was I had to have a Dr. Pepper at lunch, and then I would drink a Dr. Pepper in the dugout while I pitch.
I love it.
Say I caught that ever.
Yeah, well,
Dr. Pepper.
So I would drink it out of the can in Worcester, but Fenway's Coke products and stuff like that, and I was like, I don't want to give anybody a headache. it doesn't affect me. But I was like, I'm gonna save somebody in the front office a headache. I was like, so I put it in a different bottle and I drink it. But, yeah,
That's
I need like a the Space Jam Mike's secret stuff or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah,
Dobbins secret stuff.
Yeah.
I need one of those next year.
That would go hard.
That'd be so sick. Keith,
First off, what's your go-to Dr. Pepper? This isn't one of my questions, but I gotta know.
I original.
Just
I've
OG.
had the cream soda. I've had the blackberry.
Yeah.
I've had all those. I've even had the Whataburger Dr. Pepper milkshake. But no, I'm an all original guy. Like that's why I even mix my whiskey with just original Dr. Pepper.
I've had that before. It's very good.
It is really
Works
good.
Super well.
Yeah.
All right. I needed to know that. I'm happy to know you're into the OG stuff. I like it.
Yeah.
I like drinking the zero sugar, but you can't really beat the original there.
No.
So one of the things I wanted to know was what does an off day look like for you? Like, how do you unwind from baseball? Because obviously when you're doing it as often as you are, you got to find some way to clock out. So what's that look like for you?
So in season, it's kind of tough because it's, we some days on our off days we're traveling. Some days we'll land somewhere at 2 a.m. and you just sleep in. If I can, I try to get on the golf course. It's, I don't care if it's walking 18, riding, anything. Like, just get me on the golf course, get me away for 4 hours. On an off day, I don't care if my round takes 5-6 hours. Like, I'm on the golf course, I don't care. That's my go-to. I did some sightseeing this year, walking around the cities. Probably won't do that again. I was born and raised in a town of like 60 people. I had to drive 20 minutes to high school to a bigger town.
Yeah.
So it was like being around that many people in the cities. I was like, I don't mind doing it if I'm on the field, but I won't go around just exploring anymore. Now, off season, that's when I like to mix it up a little bit. Like right now, it's dove season, so me and a few of the other guys, we go dove hunting out here all the time. I'm getting into like long range shooting, so been doing that, and then just anything I can do out in the country, bow hunting, fishing, anything.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, do you plan on doing any competitions for the shooting?
No, maybe once I'm done playing.
Yeah.
It's just something that I can do away from baseball that, I can challenge myself more mentally than anything. So kind of just different ways to push yourself, make you focus, and see what else I can get good at.
Yeah, I understand. I find like going to the range and shooting like calming. And
Oh,
such,
yeah.
but I can definitely understand with the long range stuff. That's cool.
Yeah, we got a range here in town. It's like out to like 600 yards, and I just have I have an AR here at the house, and it's like, I'll go out there and the gun's not really made to go that far, so it's almost like challenging myself of how can I get it to hit that target, especially out in West Texas. It's windy, so it's a different challenge every day.
Oh yeah.
So you said you liked to golf and whatnot. I think I heard something somewhere that Narvaez is a big golfer. He likes to get out with the pitchers and stuff like that. Have you gotten out with him yet?
No, during the season I only got to golf once, and that was when we went to Atlanta. But after that, I haven't heard. Granted, I may be wrong and just haven't heard anything. But that's good to know going into spring training. So if he asks me if I want to go golf and he tries to put money on it, I know better. I know he's played.
He's trying to make some money off of you, so keep that one in mind.
Yeah. Maybe I'll have to turn the tables on and be like, I haven't played, because the knee, you might get me, and then I'll have to get him on that one. Yeah.
So this is one that I've been interested in asking. for you, having played baseball for your whole life, was there a specific time where you realized that you were maybe a little different from your peers? Where at what point did you realize that you were special, that baseball was potentially the thing for you long term?
I never really thought that I was better than the guy next to me. I think where I thought that I kind of separated myself was I knew from a young age that I wanted to give it everything I could to do this as a career. So it's like, some guys they wanted to go to this party, they wanted to go out and do this, and to go do that, I'd have to go and miss a practice, or I have to miss that. And it was like, I'd rather go practice. I'd rather go to the cages and hit after practice is done and stuff like that. And so I think that's when I kind of realized that I had a chance to, turn it into something. And then my freshman year of college, I was 89, 91, nothing special, good curveball, just located really well.
Yeah.
And then when I came back that next fall, I had a bump up to the mid 90s. And that's kind of when I was like, okay, there's a real possibility that if I kind of keep pushing this, that I got a chance.
Just lock in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome to hear. I think it's cool. I played baseball a little bit, and I never personally had that feeling. I think there was a reason for that. I threw maybe 70 miles an hour on a good day. I looked like a changeup to a lot of people with my fastball. So,
hey,
and the work ethic, Keith.
Yeah, the work ethic wasn't super similar.
It's all right. There's a time and place for the 78 mile an hour heater to come in.
Yeah, it's men's league.
Hey, I
imagine if we trotted you out there after crochet, you might get a couple swing and misses.
Hey,
don't.
If you need a 26 man, get me there.
I think you could at least get one swing and miss, Keith. Just one.
I was gonna say if crochet let 100 eat, and then you came in with no warm up pitches, and they couldn't see you first, and you just let one rip, I bet you could get a swing and miss the first pitch.
I'll get one, just one.
Hey, that's all right. It might be rough with the 3 batter minimum, but at least you get one.
I'm hoping to pull out the Brock Holt and just lob it in there, and then see if I can just get people to lazy flyouts or something.
Sometimes watching those position players get swing and misses on those things, it just aggravates you as a pitcher. You're like, maybe I need to go break one of those out. Like,
break out the ethos.
Yeah, like that game in Jacksonville when I was just getting absolutely schmacked and I was pumping 95, 96 in there. I was like, it crossed my mind. I was like, maybe I should just underhand this thing in there and it wouldn't get hit as hard.
Softball throw it, see what happens,
It couldn't get worse, but
yeah. I actually also did give up with that 70. I did give up a home run at Hadlock Field, so that was a lot for me.
I say you got to tip the cap to the hitter on that one.
Oh, it was a bomb. It was a bomb.
Hey, that's one you just kind of tip the cap. You're like, you know what? You deserve that. That's But
give it to him.
Yeah.
Sam.
So obviously you've been injured this offseason, rehabbing. Is there a part of your game you focused on still on, like, I don't know, something you focused on besides your rehab to work on?
Yeah, so we've actually been addressing my four-seam fastball. And it was kind of one of those things that it doesn't have to change, but with the velo that I've had this year, I mean, you can look, I have not gotten a lot of swing and miss. I think I was, bottom 10 of the league in fastball whiff rate on the heater, even though I was pumping mid to upper 90s the whole time. We're kind of addressing the shape of it, seeing if we can get a little bit different characteristics profile out of it. Because I typically locate the four seam pretty well as well. So we're doing some research into maybe I need to try to locate it somewhere else, play it somewhere else in the shape, and also the last couple games. I think it was my start against the Yankees at home. We started introducing a sinker into it that was also mid to upper 90s as well. And so just kind of playing with those two things and honing in, because it's, you watch it, really any of these starting pitchers in the postseason at this point, all of them have two fastball shapes that they just absolutely come straight at guys with. So I think that's going to be a huge step for me when it comes to strikeouts. And because my off speed's in a really good spot. I mean, I got that slider that sits almost 90 miles an hour. I got the big sweeper. I got the curveball, and may or may not be messing with a cutter at some point as well. So it's like, and a circle change. That's just something that I want to do, is something that goes to that arm side that's a little slower. But if you ever talk to any of my coaches, they'll say that I never stop trying to find stuff that's better. And so sometimes they got to rein it in a little bit. But, in my opinion, you can never be too good.
Yeah, keep working to be better every day. So if you didn't play baseball, did you ever play any other sports like in high school or anything like that? Or was it strictly baseball?
Played football. Being from Texas, you have to.
Yeah. Kind of the trait right there.
Yeah.
Do you think you would have continued playing through high school if you didn't keep going baseball, or was it just for fun kind of thing?
Probably. Football was actually my favorite sport growing up and even playing it. But it was kind of one of those that I got good at baseball, so I stuck with it. But I think if it wouldn't have been baseball, probably would have focused in on football a little bit more and see what I could do. Now, I was a quarterback and a kicker. Kicker probably had a little bit more career longevity, or maybe not with my knees apparently, but and so, but yeah, I mean, I probably would have tried to see what I could do that way.
I've told my wife, if we have a kid and they want to play football, I think we need to just train them as a child to be a kicker. Like that's the path, I feel like.
Yeah. And no disrespect to kickers, but it's like, you're not, I didn't call myself a full football player. I said I was kind of half of one, because, there's a lot of kickers where they say, hey, kick the ball and get out the way. If they break it for 6, go try to soccer slide tackle them. But outside of that, just stay out of the way.
Yeah. I know at least around here, the high schools around here, it's all soccer players kicking. So it's like you're a soccer player playing football.
Yeah. Hey, it's worked for the Cowboys. Brandon Aubrey. I mean, dude's the best kicker in the NFL, and he's.
I was gonna ask soccer. If you're a Cowboys fan.
No, I watched the Chiefs for Mahomes.
That's fair. All right, we'll give you that one.
Makes sense.
We'll give you that one.
My mom's side of the family is also from Kansas as well, so they're all Chiefs fans, so it makes it a little bit easier. But no, I mean, I'm a college football guy through and through. I rather watch college sports, honestly, basketball too. So
college basketball is fun.
It's you can't be
trying to more into college football.
It's addicting. Once you get bit by the college football bug, you'll find yourself watching the Mountain West Conference at 1 a.m. on Sunday morning, and you're like, what am I doing?
That was my favorite part growing up. Like, it would just be I'd be doing all-nighters with the friends, and you just pull up, there's sports on right. Hawaii is playing right now. It's like you said, 1 o'clock in the morning. What is happening? And like, we just throw Hawaii on in the background. It's like so awesome.
Yeah, football, especially like I would be even 10 times worse if I lived in a state that let me do sports betting, because I know for a fact if I had a good day, like throughout the day, I would find that random game that kicks off at 11:30, and I'd be hammering, and then I'd be sweating about it until 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm assuming you root for Texas Tech.
Yeah.
For football. Mm-hmm. Was that your school of choice, like that you really wanted to go to originally?
Yeah. So the head baseball coach for Tech, Tim Tadlock, he coached my dad in junior college. They actually lived together because he was an assistant, so they shared a suite. So I've known Tad almost my whole life. He was at OU, invited us up there when OU was in the College World Series just as a family. And so then once I got to high school and all that, I remember seeing the Crabtree catch against Texas on TV, and ever since then I kind of cheered for Tech. But then Tadlock took the head coaching job here, and after that I was like, I want to go up there. So it was it was the first on the list for sure.
Did you have a lot of offers or a lot of other options where you're like even considering, or they were considering you rather?
Yeah, I had some other options, but I committed right after my sophomore year. And back then, the schools couldn't even really contact you until your junior year anyways. And so that summer after my sophomore year, I committed straight away to Tech. And so it was like, I didn't even really give anybody a chance to talk, and I didn't want to take really any other visits. I went to Baylor just as okay, I've seen Tech. Let me see what another school has to offer. But it was like, I knew where I was going.
That's cool. All of us are married, and you are as well. I know after a hard day at work for myself, I know my wife can be kind of that support and such. What does your wife mean to you in your major league career and minor league and such?
I gotta move here. I gotta grab a phone charger, but man, she means everything. She's kept me grounded. Maybe I don't know where my phone charger is apparently, but there it is. I mean, she keeps me humble. She's the first one to, if I have a really good game, I'll walk in and I'll have 15 texts from her just cheering on every single inning. But she'll also be the one to keep me humbled, where if I have a rough one, she'll be like, "Ooh, that was a rough one," or "Hey, like, why'd you do this? Why'd you do that?" And so, because she played college softball as well, and so she knows the game. She knows kind of what goes into it. So, but she likes to give me a hard time every now and then just to keep me grounded.
That's awesome.
You're from Texas. Do you get the musically? You big country guy? Country music?
Oh yeah. Big any country, preferably 90s, really early 2000s. But then when I'm working out, I'm 2000s hip hop, or I call it divorced dad rock.
I have a
Hell
spot
yeah.
on my playlist that's divorced dad hits, and that it hits every single time.
Yeah, it's that if it's a heavy day, that playlist is on.
Hell yeah. Keith, you got anything else?
So you were talking about working out a little bit right there. What is do you have like a specific split that you're doing? Is it something that you're constructing, or is it the strength and conditioning coach there?
It's kind of a combination of both.
Yeah.
We're going like heavy, your kind of straightforward arm days. Dumbbell bench, seated rows, working on the big muscles, and then I like to sprinkle in an arm farm at the end, because why not?
Yeah,
And
it's
then
fun.
Yeah, and then the lower body, it kind of gets a little weird. It's more of like a physical therapy type lift, where it's like, okay, hey, we're going to trap bar deadlift, but you're maxed out at 135 and you're doing, 15 to 20 reps or something like that. Like, it's just more movement based, of starting to kind of just get the muscles moving again. But it's definitely a combination of us coming together.
Is that what you would normally do even without the injury and whatnot? Like the trap bar deadlifting, or is that just going with what's going on right now? I mean, I'm assuming you're not doing that right now, but
no, I mean, I'm doing the trap bar deadlift. There I go. There we go. The lighter reps and more, movement based. I'm doing that stuff now, but normally I'd be loading it up pretty heavy, still doing the same pattern, but and I'll be back to doing that here in just a few weeks.
Yep.
I think they said normally it's like the 12-week mark, the 3-month mark. Everything's kind of grown back together. The ligaments ready to kind of start getting pushed. So I'll start moving into my traditional stuff then.
So what's your favorite lift then? What's the one that you like to do?
Oh, I can't hear you for some reason.
How
It
about
might
now?
be my phone. Give me one. Can you say it? Try it now.
So what's your favorite lift then?
None.
0.
Can you hear it?
Wi-Fi out here, guys. It's terrible.
You're good, man.
We're from Maine. We understand. It's not the best out here.
We get
It's-
news 3 weeks later.
Yeah, I mean, it's like if I step outside my front door, my phone immediately goes into that SOS satellite thing, and if I get too far away from my fireplace, which is where like the Wi-Fi is right next to it, I get too far away from that. I get like the old dial-up tone or whatever.
It's just dead. Does not want to function for you.
Yeah, it's just brutal, but
Fair
But
enough.
but now transition to the kind of traditional stuff here soon and start pushing it then once everything's healed back together.
What's the type of stuff that you like to do? Like the things that you're excited for when in terms of lifting?
So huge trap bar deadlift. I rather trap bar deadlift than squat or anything like that.
Same. Squatting
Yep.
kills my back.
Yeah, I'm that hit shark, leg press,
Yep.
and then nowadays I like the dumbbell bench press. I used to hate any kind of bench because I was terrible at it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd get to 135 and I'd be like, okay, this is stupid.
This is awful.
Yeah, but got some upper body strength now, so starting to like that. And then arm farm to finish my days is my happy place.
Yeah. Underrated exercise, honestly, the arm farms.
Oh yeah, nothing sets the tone for the rest of the day like some curls, tricep extensions, and some forearm work.
Yeah, get the pump going, get you ready for the day.
Oh yeah, get that shirt fitting a little bit tighter and then go.
Yeah, get the schmediums going. I feel you.
Yeah.
I saw on Twitter today that you said that you're going to be getting some meta glasses possibly to kind of go through your routine of like coming back and such. Is that what you want to have like a YouTube or something like that to show everyone like your recovery and such?
Yeah, I'm not a big YouTube guy, so there's probably a chance that hey, Celtics won.
Bang.
Sorry if y'all were planning on watching the game after this, but no,
Not preseason.
get the I think I'm gonna end up just posting them on Twitter or maybe a TikTok or anything, something easy like that. But yeah, I'm gonna try that method where like people can get like a real point of view of the stuff that I'm doing and everything, because I feel like fans would enjoy that, and it'll be good for them.
Yeah, I think the more people, especially with social media, the more in depth, the more detailed people really the more information they can get, the better,
Especially
and-
Boston fans.
Absolutely, yeah. And that's one of those, like, if I didn't connect so well with the fans and have had such a good experience with them, I wouldn't really worry about it. But Boston fans have been great to me. They've been supportive. They show out. They're passionate. So I think it'll be fun.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, because you are pretty active on socials and Twitter, and more active than a lot of baseball players or really professional athletes. Was there something that kind of drives you to want to connect more than maybe the typical athlete in the majors?
Not really. I mean, I think I'm a big Twitter guy anyways. That's where I get my football news and stuff like that, and I just like to scroll through it. I think I enjoy it because I genuinely don't care what people say or anything. Like, I'm just living my life. If you don't agree with it and you don't like me, kind of like most of the city of New York at this point. I mean, I live in West Texas. Like, that's never going to affect me, and it's like I couldn't care less. So I think that helps me kind of enjoy it a little bit more, and I enjoy talking back and forth with people that genuinely want to know and want to, interact with players, because it's, I started doing it just so that, like, high school baseball players, youth baseball players felt like they could ask me questions, because that's what I want. I want to help them grow the game and stuff like that. And it's just kind of turned into, talking with fans. And I'd love to help fans understand stuff too from a player's point of view if they want to know.
Yeah, that's definitely a insight that isn't given a ton that fans definitely appreciate. I know I appreciate it.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely.
But it's definitely tough. Like you said, is like there's so many negative people. I was like, that's Twitter. I mean,
yeah.
It's picking the lane, like Red Sox Twitter. Like there's a good community there, and it's great that there's interaction there, and everyone benefits from it, I feel like.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I get to know the fans a little bit better. They get to know me better. They get to see, what actually goes into it, how we train in the off season and stuff like that. And this little, like, the updates thing started just because I kept on seeing more and more people saying, well, he's not coming back till the All-Star break. Oh, he's not coming back at all next year. And I was like, well, that's news to me, because I was told I was throwing bullpens right after the new year. I was like, okay.
Thanks, MLB Scoops 489.
Yeah. So I was like, all right, well, I guess they've been talking to my surgeon and medical team more than I have, but now it'll be fun, and I'm ready to kind of get on the mound, because I think the meta glasses, throwing bullpens in those will also kind of give a cool point of view for fans and stuff, and being able to see what
That'll
a pitcher
awesome.
sees.
That'll be awesome. I'm excited to see that. That'll be sick.
I just gotta find a pair that doesn't fly off my face, because that's the one thing about these meta glasses is they're slick.
They do make there's like a little camera that it's like probably about this big, and it's got a magnet and it mounts right to your shirt. So that could be another option too.
Might have to look into that. I know I fly open with my shoulders quite a bit, so I don't know if that'd be the best look, but we'll figure something out, because that'd be a cool camera angle for the fans.
Oh, for sure.
You'd make Tyler Milliken happy. He loves those off-season videos for people.
Oh yeah, he's trying to find ways to entertain himself before or till opening day.
He's tweeting every 10 minutes. It's crazy.
Yeah. He's on one right now.
Yep. Oh yeah, he will be for the entire offseason.
Speaking of Tyler Milliken, we're big Section 10 guys. Have they reached out to you yet about?
No.
Really?
Tyler said something about they need to have me on today, and I told them just to let me know when. But I guess we'll see when they reach out eventually.
I think Section 10 specifically, talking about the Twitter, community and atmosphere, Boston they've kind of created a great community within Boston of, like, because traditional Boston media has always been known to just be real harsh, real terrible. Like, when the Red Sox aren't number one team in the East, it's like Patriots, Celtics, Bruins,
Yeah.
And growing up with Section 10, I think they've been doing it 10 years. They've done a great job with, highlighting players' personalities and a positive spin on the Red Sox. So I feel like it's kind of given players like you who like to interact with the fans, like, there's people out there that aren't going to be dicks to players because they're behind a faceless screen on Twitter or something.
Yeah, it's there's been I've had nothing but a great experience with the fans and the media that I've worked with. But there's a certain radio station that typically comes on whenever I'm driving into Boston. I'm not going to name names, but
Fair enough.
I hear the voices and I immediately turn it off because it's like I feel like if we're in the middle of a 20-game win streak, they're gonna find something that we're doing wrong or the front office has done wrong. And so I imagine y'all know.
Oh yeah,
who I'm talking about. But
Yep.
I think I made this
because
exact same comment earlier on the pod at some point. The exact same comment.
it's tough and it's one of those deals. It's like they'll talk about us like that, and then they'll be upset that none of the players want to talk to them.
Yeah.
But no, like going back to Section 10, it's like they've done a great job with like connecting with the guys. You know, they're true diehard fans, and you know they are podcasts like y'all, them, and a lot of the media that I've worked with. They're finding the positives. You know, if we're playing bad, they're honest about it. But I mean, so are we. I mean, if we're playing bad, we're not going to sugarcoat it either. But no, I've enjoyed it a lot. But every fan base has those few voices that like to, you know, no matter what, be negative.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh man.
Anyone else got anything else?
There we go.
I actually,
Wi-Fi.
I had seen you talking with Sandlin on Twitter a little bit about it was him at Whataburger, I think it was, and Bucky's. Are you taking him under your wing as far as food goes? What's
Trying
going on
to.
there?
You know, they're starting to get Whataburger and all that stuff up in Oklahoma, and so they've been enlightened.
Yeah,
And so we're on the same page now. But yeah, if you haven't had Whataburger, you got to. It's better than In-N-Out. I don't care who says otherwise. The California guys are wrong.
It's bad. I went to Las Vegas last year. I was all hyped to try it for the first time. I started eating. I was like, this is what everyone is freaking out about.
it's
Like,
mad overrated.
Blew my mind.
Yeah. And they're like, oh, get the animal style. No, I'd rather go to Whataburger. It's a better burger. I'm sorry about it.
Significantly.
Yeah, my buddy moved to Texas earlier this year, and one of the biggest things that he's always texting me every time he goes to Bucky's, he's sending me a picture of just the biggest beef jerky wall you've ever seen in your life. And he sent me some stuff and barbecue rub. I was like, is this not a gas station? Up, especially in the Northeast, gas station food that's low in the totem pole. But I feel like, at least from what I've seen or heard, like in the South, it's like cuisine.
Oh, you go to Bucky's and you can get a barbecue sandwich, you can get a cinnamon roll, you can get beef jerky, any candy you can think of, any drink. And then after you get your snacks and food, you can then go over and buy a deer stand and a Yeti cooler and all kinds of stuff because they have like home decor, they have outdoor stuff, they have all the hunting. It's crazy.
That's insane.
They need one of those up here.
It's called LL
They do. They're growing, but that's one of those things. I don't know if it'll ever cross, you know, that Mason-Dixon line and go north. That seems like a pretty southern thing.
We just need to convince LL Bean to start selling gas, and that'll practically be our version of it.
I got the invoice. I can go talk to him. I got it.
Go talk to Mr. Leon Wood.
Yeah, but we need him to also start making brisket too, because those sandwiches are so good.
Yeah, exactly.
Is there like a certain Southern barbecue like item, like a pulled pork sandwich or maybe a smoked sausage, something that you mess with a little more than the other stuff?
I'm gonna have to go probably brisket and the pulled pork sandwich. Those are my two go-tos.
Brisket's hard to beat.
A good brisket is so good.
Oh, Mr. Dobbins has dropped out for a moment. Add him back here. There we go.
I'm about to throw this phone, I swear.
93 in the top right corner.
I can't hear y'all again for some reason, but I think my phone's about to die, and that's why.
Thank you. If you can hear us, thank you very much for taking the time to be with us. We really, really appreciate it.
We're looking forward to seeing you start again.
Yep, for sure.
I don't think you can hear.
No.
I appreciate you guys.
Appreciate you.
night.
Have a good
Thank
one.
you. Thank you.
Thank you.